Valkyrian Wolfsong's channel. I'm Valkyrian.
And I am Wolfsong.
And this is part 3 of our discussion video that we was talking about. And this one will be bringing up cosplay. And for those of you that have been living under a rock and just happen to not know what cosplay is, it is shorthand for costume dress up in your favorite long list of several things that you can dress up as. Anime, video games, book characters, movies, TV shows, whatever. That's the basics of cosplay.
Usually, or in the examples that we are going to be talking about today, is when they're going to a con or a convention, such as Comic Con, Dragon Con, any of those.
So, now that we've discussed that, we understand that there really are no rules for cosplay outside of each individual's convention rules of etiquette, because that's about all there really is.
And to have fun.
That's actually looking it up and trying to search it and find rules of cosplay. You pull up rules of etiquette for Comic Con, whether it's in San Diego or San Diego's in California.
Granted, most of the cons in and of themselves do have rules that you have to follow, but that's mainly because of the venue that they are in.
Right, and most of them follow along with shoes in certain areas, no weapons and whatnot.
No sharp edges.
If your costume has metal, no sharp edges, and
things like that. Now that is not what we're going for in this discussion. What?
Quit swinging your foot.
It don't touch the ground. Leave me alone.
Quit swinging the foot. I will tape it to the chair.
The ground. We're out of duct tape. We can't.
No, we're not.
You hit it?
Yes. I know where it's at. We have a whole roll almost.
Anyway, back to cosplay.
Now, what we're going to be addressing is, in our opinion, what we think is...
And let me state this right up front. This is our opinion. It's nothing more. There's nothing that says you have to agree with us or anything else. This is just what we think. Now, I mentioned in the first video that I do have some questions. And I do. I have some questions that I am going to address. And I really want feedback on this. I want comments. Because I don't get some things. And I will get to that in a little bit once we've gotten into the topic, actually. So.
This is our opinions, what I said. I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
And by our opinion on this, what we're addressing is what we think is not right in cosplay. Our opinion of it. What we don't like to see, I guess you could say.
Well, it's back to I don't understand it. Now, as I said before, I've never done cosplay. I've never been to the cons. I've never done anything like that. So, maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. And that's another reason I invite comments on this, is because I'd like it explained. But the main one with me is the way that the characters are depicted. Now, I understand, again, it's based on each individual's interpretation. I get that. And everybody's interpretation varies. Every one of us can go and read or see the same exact thing, and every one of us is going to come away with something slightly different. I get that. What I don't get, and this is where it goes into the sexualization of the characters and everything, there are a slew of anime, games, everything that have the sexy characters. So if you're wanting to go dressed in that sexualized way, which is fine if that's what you want to do, I'm not saying anything against it, but if you're wanting to do that, why would you not take one of those characters? My issue, and this is where my issue with cosplay comes in and my questions come in. Why would you take a character that is modest and shy and very well dressed and covers themselves because they're not comfortable with that? I mean, they make it very abundantly clear that they're not comfortable with this being sexualized and anything like that. So why would you take a character like that and sexualize them? I mean, and I think I have a bit of a right to speak here because I myself am actually rather shy. I don't, I'm not outgoing. I'm not going to go out there with certain things hanging out or anything like that. That's just not me. So I think that it is mind-boggling to me, and I guess it's people that just don't understand this shy thing. Like Val here, he doesn't know the meaning of the word shy. He does not have a shy bone in his body, so he does not understand where I come from on this. Because I think about it, and back when now I'm not near as shy as I used to be. I've come out of it a lot, but when I was a child and preteen and teens even, I was painfully shy. I mean, painfully. I got in my own way. And so, to me, to take a character that is like that, and again, I don't watch a lot of the anime. I'm not a major gamer, so my examples of this are fairly limited. So, excuse me, I'm going to use Hinata from Naruto again. Because I can relate to her. Because I was that shy, modest child and teen and preteen and everything. And I don't get why you would take a character like that and go completely against her character and turn her into a sexualized being. And that's where my issue is. Now, I'm when it comes to cosplay, like we said, there are no rules, no interpretation, no, it's all up to that. I have no issues with race, with size, with anything like that. It don't matter to me. My issue is that if you are going to portray this character, why would you take one and go against her character? I don't get that. I mean, I get that you may like that character. That's fine. Why would you not represent them as the character that they are and not completely change them? That's where my question comes in.
What she's meaning by that, to shorten it down, is why would you take Hinata and go to the con in a bikini with contacts that match her, a Leaf Village headband, and hair cut like hers?
That doesn't make sense to me. And speaking of that, and I hear so many people, women especially, that want to complain about the characters being over-sexualized, the clothes, the way they wear them, the way they're dressed, and unrealistic, and everything else, and yet they go to these cons and dress that way. You go, now this is why I have an issue with this. I'm going to simplify it down just a little bit. You're going to a con where the authors, the creators, the people with the money behind this stuff are. You know they're going to be there. And they're looking out here and they're seeing all their characters represented that way. Okay, well that one, yeah, they're accurate. She's actually very sexualized. Wait, is that's our modest character, and they turned her into a sexualized character. Well, then they must be okay with that. Why can't we do it? So here they go. They're thinking, okay, well they want to see her that way. So okay, here we go. We're going to do it this way. And that to me doesn't make sense. How can you complain about it and then go and turn it that way, where the creators are going to see you? You're spending your hard-earned money and telling them, hey, this is okay. That it's a double standard, and I have issues with double standards. I admit it. I don't get double standards. I don't like double standards. So it may just be me there.
No, I agree with you. I don't care for double standards either.
Honestly, I don't know very many people that do, but I see a lot of them.
Yeah. I've seen and been around people that have stated that they don't like double standards, and I'm not going to go into detail on the example, but have stated that they don't like double standards. They're against them. They absolutely hate double standards, and anybody that does it, they don't want to have anything to do with, and then they turn around and they pull double standards.
That's called hypocrisy, and that's a whole other topic, too. Sorry, I'm being informed that I need to speak. And yes, I do realize this is an issue. I am very soft-spoken, so I do apologize if there are some things that you don't catch when I say. I am trying to speak up now.
Yes, because in our testing takes on this, she thought she was yelling into the microphone. She wasn't.
It sounds like it to me.
You're not.
But anyway, I don't realize how soft-spoken I am a lot of times. I am being informed quite often of it recently.
So, the question you're wanting to ask the women that you want to be commented on.
Well, not just women. I want men's opinion on this too.
Okay. Men's opinion.
I want everyone's opinion. Because it is, in my opinion, a double standard. And how can we criticize men when we're doing it to ourselves too? That's what I'm saying, and that's the reason I want both sides of this, because I think it is a thing from both sides. I mean, we need to work something out here, in my opinion. If we want it fixed, we need to work it out, and the best way to work a problem out is to work together on it.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, most of the time that does work, because you can't always just have random number, 15 people. Okay, well, we've got 15 people here. This person seems the best speaker because they're the one that's wanting to talk the most. So, out of us 15 people, let's make that person the leader of this, and the rest of us 14 will follow what that person says.
No, you've got to do a give and take. You've got to put out your what you want and some ideas on how to get there. And that's kind of what I'm inviting people to do right now. Is everybody says this is a problem, but nobody seems willing to listen to the other side. And that's what I would like to do. That with this video, with comments, I would like to get it from both sides, get some opinions, maybe get some things rolling. Maybe we can do another video on it to put out there to help people.
And if you are the type of con goer that wants to take the characters like Hinata, sticking with that example, and sexualize her going to the con, explain why you think it's okay to do that. To take her out of context like that and come to the con sexualized with her. Now granted, if you take her into the con in that one episode where she actually was wearing a very sexy dress for a specific mission.
But it was, even though it was sex, well, I wouldn't even, I don't know, I classify things a little differently, so I wouldn't even actually call it sexy, I would call it sensual. And it was actually, even in so, it was very well done, in my opinion. So even in that, she wasn't, in my opinion, outright sexualized, she was sensualized. And thrown into a little bit different light than she normally is, but it was still very tastefully done.
Yes.
And somewhat modest, even. Because you can be sexy and be modest. So, I don't know. If you wanted to do her in that outfit, then yes, I'd understand it. But taking it further than that...
And putting her in what Mai Shianato from King of Fighters would wear, yeah.
You've lost me again.
I know, because I have 9,000 references that you would never get. She's basically wearing a robe that is open to almost her nipples, and the bottom of the robe comes up to above the middle part of her thigh.
Okay. No, I don't see Hinata in something like that.
She was in one of the videos that we watched on this issue and everything. He sat there and she was bouncing around and everything, and he focused in on her boobs because that's the way they animated it in the game, and he zoomed in on it. I don't know if you remember it or not.
No.
Well, you blocked it out.
I dismiss things like that, I'm sorry.
I try to dismiss things like that, but it's hard because I want to use it as reference material, so...
Well, I get that, and I get, like, the one thing that really stuck in my mind was watching on YouTube, and I don't even remember who did it, and even if I did, I wouldn't call them out on this because, hey, it's not my place to. But I remember the comment being made that he was taking a female character because he would rather watch her ass bounce. Things like that do bother me, and they are harder for me to dismiss.
Yeah. Me as a guy gamer, I have roughly 70% of games that you can play as either gender, male or female. And with that being stated, I don't go out of my way to play as the female character, except to test it in certain aspects for the physical properties of the game to see how well they do if it is like a dungeon crawler on Baldur's Gate. The one that we have a Let's Play video of. I've actually played through the game with all 4 of the characters that you can get on that game and beat it with all 4 of them. So I've seen what most of their armors are. Granted, once you do get on that, and I know this should have been brought up in the other video of the female armors, but I'm referencing it now. Once you do get in that game in the high armor, such as half plate or full plate, chain and scale mail, she's fully covered, almost completely. But the leather and the cloth armors, they sexualize them.
Well, we've already addressed that.
Yeah. And thank you for watching our video and listening to us. Give your opinions. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and maybe suggest something you would like a topic covered that you've not seen or you don't feel has been addressed enough. And this is Valkyria.
And Wolfsong.
Signing off.